Hey guys, and welcome back to the vlog. So today we are starting to do prep on the old Unicorn. I think I mentioned in a previous video that just moving around out the front to kind of do car shuffles and stuff, noticed that it has developed a pretty horrible misfire. I'll try and start it up now and see if you can actually hear it. Just going to start with the basic stuff, go through the plugs, make sure that's all good. Last time we ran it was South Circuit, did go through a bit of hell. Was running fine when we put it on the trailer. Was running fine when we got off the trailer at home after it would have cooled down a fair bit. Has been sitting kind of nose up on the driveway for a little while. Wondering if potentially a little bit of oil, a little bit too much oil in the back of the engine, possibly got up into like cylinder 6, so it's a little bit gummy. May just have to burn it off, but I'm going to do a quick check of cylinders 1 and 6 spark plugs just to kind of see where they're at. Just because they're, well, 1 and 2 is the easiest ones to get to, but 1 and 6 kind of both extremes of the engine, just kind of see what they're looking like condition wise. I'll run it for a little bit, see if it can kind of burn off, if there's a bit of oil or something in there, let it burn off. Going to check all the plugs and that sort of stuff, make sure timing's all good, just do the basics. Check the oil already, oil looks nice and clean, through the top of the rocker cover looks nice and clean. Cooling in the radiator looks nice, so there's no kind of weird shit going on there, no blown head gasket that I know of, no oil in the coolant and coolant in the oil, vice versa, no sort of custard pies in the engine that I can see. But I'll start with the basic stuff, kind of work through and just sort of see where we go from there. So I'll give it a kick over, see if we can hear it, see if you guys can hear it on the video. Not sure if you will or not. But I said it has been sitting for a good couple of weeks before I actually started it the other day. So it could just be the fact that it's just been sitting for too long, it's just gummed up. But let's give it a kick over, we'll see what it's like, and then we'll start on the plugs and go from there. Alright, so we've given her a start. Just idling, she sounds okay. It does sound a little bit rough, but still sounds alright. As soon as I try and give it any kind of throttle, I can hear it. I don't know if you can pick that up on video, but it has got a very rough idle. Very rough kind of throttle. It's got that real gurgly blah, 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 blah. That's my technical term. Just doesn't sound completely happy, so we'll give the plugs a go and see how we go from there. So back for day 2 of prep on this thing and trying to figure out the misfire. Went through all the spark plugs yesterday, as you would have seen in the first part of this video. Went through all the spark plugs, everything all seems alright, connections all seem good. I'm just going to go back over, probably spray a bit of WD just in the lead, at the end of the leads, just to make sure we're getting a good connection between the plugs and the leads. What I'm going to do, it's been sitting flat in the garage overnight. Hopefully any of the oil that was potentially sitting in the back of the cylinder and cylinder 6 has settled. Cylinder 6 plug look fine anyway. They are a bit dry fouled, but a lot of that's just, they're burning clean. It just has a run octane booster, so it does leave the plugs a little bit dirtier. I've just given them all a clean off with a wire brush and they'll run fine. There'll be no problems at all. So yeah, I've let it sit overnight. I'm just going to check the oil again. Just have a look at it now that it's settled, see what the oil level's like. I'm going to run it for a bit and just kind of see if it could just be gummed up because it's been sitting so long. Obviously got stupidly hot at South Circuit when I was running down there. I'm wondering if it's a bit of a kind of combination of a few things. If it just ran hot, it hasn't kind of done that before. or not at that temperature. Mix of that and kind of sitting still and not moving, and I'm wondering it's just gummed up a little bit. So I'm going to run it for a little bit. I'll let it get up to temperature at least. I'll check the timing as well, just see where that's sitting at, see if that hasn't changed, or make sure that hasn't changed, and kind of go from there, see what's happening. So yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so as you could probably hear from that video, there is something funky going on. I don't know what oil pressure was looking good. It was sitting up sort of 50 to 60 pound when I gave it a rev. When it was cold, it was fine. As soon as it started warming up, it really struggled. I came off the throttle at all and it just died. And then it really kind of struggled. You could hear it really struggled to get back up, wanted to just die any sort of throttle I gave it. Might have to give the MAF sensor a clean. Might have to check all the points and stuff in there, in the distributor. Yeah, okay, we're gonna have to diagnose the fuck out of this. I'll check all my electrical connections, make sure nothing's come loose there. It seemed to get worse as it got warmer. Still only got up to about 50 degrees. I haven't got up to running temp yet. It seemed to get up to, yeah, about 54, 55 degrees. So it's not even up to running temp. But as soon as it started getting warm, it really, really struggled. Yeah, I'm wondering if it's potentially could be a throttle control, like there's like 3 different spots you do throttle mixture control or idle mixture control. Could be something to do with that. Could be something to do with the MAF sensor. Could be something to do with the distributor. Could be spark plugs still. They did look clean, but there could be something funky going on there. Okay, turbo was spinning up nice. It seemed to run pretty well, so I'm not worried about that. As I said, oil pressure was all really good. Yeah, shit. Alright, let's have a look. Okay, so thanks to my not so clever design, I had to remove pretty much the whole left side I had to remove the whole left side headlight, parker light, and front grille to actually get to just one hose clamp for the intercooler. Basically get the MAF sensor off. So I had to take this little hose clamp here. That's the MAF in there. So to get the hose clamp off, I had to take this headlight out. To take this headlight out, I've got to take this whole freaking grille out, which means bolts, because it's solid channel steel, so it doesn't bend, and take bolts all the way down there and basically take the whole thing off, just so I could pull that out, which meant I had to take that off, and it's a whole fucking thing. But anyway, that's been out. I've cleaned it. It didn't look overly dirty, but it's tiny little wires, you can't really tell if they're dirty or not. So I've given it a clean. We'll put that back in. Battery terminals all look good. I'll go through and just check the dizzy as well, make sure that's all good, there's no cracks in the head or anything like that needs to be fixed. Check all that sort of stuff. I will check the throttle position as well, make sure that's all good. Try and get it turned on. I might get Xavier to come down and give me a hand so I can check the timing, because it wasn't really wanting to run. So I might check the timing as well. That may have crept or something. And then yeah, go from there. Check fuel rig. I do have a spare fuel rig there from another intake manifold that I had, so if need be I can try and swap the fuel rig over. I'm just going to have to start chasing things and seeing what's causing the problem. I'm hoping it's going to be something simple. I'm just going to change the MAF, or clean the MAF sensor and it fixes, but we know drift cars, nothing's ever that fun or that easy, so let's keep going. Alright, so thankfully, I think we're on a winner. I have done stripped the distributor down. It's a hard one to say 10 times fast. Strip the distributor. Taking the distributor apart. It's going to be an easy way of saying it. Giving it all clean. It's, for those that don't know, you might have seen all the little bits I've strung out. The distributor on these things are a little bit funky in that it's got like a cam timing in there as well. So it's got a little sensor in there, cam angle sensor. Essentially, there's a very, very thin sheet metal disc that runs between two panels that have got a little sensor in it. It's got a whole bunch of little slots in it. Picks up those little slots. Basically syncs up the ECU, the mechanical, physical location of the points as they're going around, past the little contacts for the spark plugs, and kind of syncs everything up. It tells it when to fire, tells it how to fire. It's a whole bunch of shit around. Getting rid of the distributor, putting coil packs in is one big mod I want to do to this car. Very freaking expensive, because to do that I have to go to full ECU, so it's a big thing. But I cannot wait to get rid of the distributor, because it is one of the biggest fail points on these engines. Basically, you got to keep a spare done. That's why for me it was checking the map sensor, checking the distributor. They're the two main things that generally go on the RB30. Taking that down, cleaned it all out, giving it a good clean, a spray, and cleaned all those slots out with a bit of contact spray. Put it all back together, put all the points back in, made sure everything was all nice and clean and contacted when I went through, and lo and behold, the Misfire is gone. I will turn it on for you now so you can have a see of it running, see if you can see the comparison. I might put a little bit of a side-by-side comparison of before and after, just to kind of see if you can see the difference. But for me, it's running a lot smoother, idling better. It's not got that shake and that rattle and the carrying that I had before. So I'll give it a start now so you can see it. And yeah, fingers crossed that is all it was, because it seems to be running pretty well now. So I'll give it a start and we'll see how we go. So as you can see, runs a lot smoother. It seems to have gotten rid of the whole Misfire, so I'd say it was just the distributor was dirty. They are prone to getting a bit of dust and dirt and crap in them. A bit of oil vapor in there can dirty up the sensor. Any kind of muck, or if you're if you get any water in there. The south circuit was a little bit wet, so it could have gotten a bit of water in there, combined with the heat and everything else. Could have just made something kind of play up a little bit, carried a bit of dirt in there that's dried out. But yeah, gave it all good clean. There's nothing obvious, but as I said, they're very, very tiny little slits in this metal, in a very thin piece of metal. So it doesn't take much for it to get dirty and for the sensor to get dirty. Couple of the nuts, couple of the screws were a little bit not tight. So it could have even been that something's come a little bit loose and just moved a little bit, wasn't quite lining up properly. But yeah, as you can see, she's running beautiful now, so win. So that's positive. Nothing massive has to be done to this. Just need to do a full fluid change on it, which I will do, not today, I will do that another day. I am rushing out now to go and I will be rushing out soon. I've got some tyres hooked up that I'm going to pick up. Guys flogging off some 17-inch tyres. It'll fit beautifully on my rims for like $25 a tyre, so going to go and grab those. And also picking up a DC-DC charger for the Colorado to get that whole dual battery setup sorted. Found good old Facebook Marketplace bargains. So I'm going to race out and get those this afternoon. This is pretty much sweet now. There's a few other things I need to tighten up. I noticed the just like a full nut and bolt check, as I said, and a fluid replacement and everything, do all the coolant, oil, everything. But other than that, she all sweet. So laughing, positive outcome, really good result. So as always, like, comment, share, subscribe. I'm going to wrap this one up here. Thankfully, it did not take as long as I'd hoped. But yeah, like, comment, share, subscribe, all the fun stuff down the bottom. Until next time, guys, I will see you out on the track. Stay awesome, stay amazing, see you out there.